This next entry is called Committed to Discipline, dated January 2nd, 2018. Pre-context to this is, I had just set some pretty big goals for myself, and I also was in a hole that I knew was only getting deeper, because the program that I had built my company on, which was rebate assistance, had gotten pulled in September, so there was no business going on in 3 months, and in that period, like probably 50 to 60% of my competition had went out of business, because we all just like one day to the next just had to shut down, because everyone had fucking built a company on some shaky shit like that. It was the beginning of utilities paying for energy efficiency, so companies were built based on that. And then once they were so popular, then the funds got exhausted early. I wasn't prepared, at least. Let me not speak on behalf of everyone. I didn't even think that could happen. So anyways, I was just in a fucking potentially deep, or a hole that was just getting bigger by the minute. So the pre-context to Committed to Discipline is, this is the energy I was on. I was like, you gotta make shit happen. So today was the first work day of the new year, and it went kind of slow. Not much going on in the office other than a few things. I think this is the perfect time to sit and visualize and plan my course of action. This year is going to be different than any other because of the newfound discipline that I'm going to develop. I'm committed to discipline. My newfound disciplines are going to include working out 4 times per week. That's 208 times this year. Reading 1 new book every 2 weeks, plus writing a summary. Scheduling my week every Sunday. Determining most important goals. Completing 1 major goal every week. It's 52 goals accomplished. Logging in my journal 3 times per week. That's 156 entries. Determining 1 out of reach goal to complete every month. So just to touch on each one of those, I don't think I worked out 4 times per week. I definitely didn't work out no damn 200 times. I might have worked out like 20 times. Reading 1 new book every 2 weeks, 25, I definitely did that. And I had used Audible to do so, which is something that makes reading much easier, but I definitely invested a lot in myself that year. Scheduling my week every Sunday, completing 1 major goal every week, that's 52 goals accomplished. I don't know if I tracked that specifically, but there were a lot of sub goals sub goals, or 1 big goal, but a lot of like small wins that happened over the course of that year. So, but I didn't track that part. Logging in my journal 3 times per week, that's 56 entries. I didn't do that at all. I think I have 25 entries here. So that's like half a year, 52 weeks. So I did 1 every 2 weeks. All right. Determining 1 out of reach goal to complete every month. I'm not sure if I logged that, but simply put, like if all these were goals that I had, and I really only achieved like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 1.5, 2 maybe, at most. But again, I achieved, those 2 goals had set me up for a life that was, about to really change. So I think one of the things that I've learned in this process is that I didn't achieve everything that I wrote, but sometimes in the moment we want so much. We're like there's ego involved. There's I think usually ego involved when you write down your goals and shit, because you want to please yourself, but then in some of those there might be a bigger thing. Like in some of your goals there might be an actual goal that aligns with the bigger goal, which are, I think, the ones that happen to me. But it's not about achieving all your goals, it's about writing them down, so the ones that should be achieved have a direction. So even 2 out of 6, that's really like something that I took away from this. So to continue to successfully develop these new disciplines, I must stop doing certain activities that have become bad habits. They are: 1, listening to music. Instead, listen to audiobooks. Profound. Although music has this element of it that helps you in a motivated way. But you know, in the beginning of a process like this, you need to just really like take all the time that you can to fucking fill your mind with shit that just, you know, is helpful, personal development shit. Surfing the internet instead, take Udemy courses. Fuck, that shit still happens to me today. There's like an epidemic of attention grabbing shit on the internet. So to be conscious of that is to be aware of the limited time we have. It's important. Going on social media instead, read a book. Hanging out with girls instead, work, nigga. Just sitting there instead, meditate. Helping others instead, help yourself. For real. You can't even help others until you help yourself. But these things are really pivotal for anyone trying to change their circumstances in today's world. There's a lot of attention grabbing shit that will just have your attention for so fucking long that you can't even give your attention to what you want. It's like, it's high these days. I deal with it now. It's fucking crazy. And I'm not even on social media like that, and I deal with it. So, to be aware of the fact that that's not getting us what we want. So we have to start limiting our involvement with these fucking things that aren't helping. Oh, so that's the end of this one. Cheers to 2018. Right. So just to closing context on this is, you know, in the first three readings of this, or the first three entries, one was a projection, a vision set. One was actual concrete plans that were put in place, and one was a commitment to execution, which I think are pivotal for anyone that wants to chart their future. It's like, okay, to chart it. Don't just be out here talking lily-dally, da-da-da-da-da. And I didn't understand this at this point. I kind of did, but it was still like on some, I didn't have a life that this happened yet. And I didn't even have people that I really knew that had did it this way. So it was just like, I don't know. That's why I want to do this shit, because it's like, it's profound. I feel like these things are very important. And what gives credibility to this is the proof and the pudding. And just how real I am about it, you know? I didn't do this shit for this. I did it, I think, because it was one of the bigger goals. You know, I feel like there's gonna be an epidemic. It's a problem now. It's gonna be an epidemic of young men that just don't understand, like, are just, you know, so brainwashed to not, you know, they're not gonna know how to fucking create what they want because they've been accepting lies for so long. It's not really meant to stand up and just show the way, because they will teach us not the way. Tell it, you know. There's too many guys that don't know what the fuck that it means to just have to be a guy. You have to, you know, and in today's world, you know, the hunt is the money. You have to secure something so that you could provide for your, you know, that's really what being a man is about. Fuck all the other shit. Fundamentally. So we have to learn how to, in this world, to be able to get what you want, to be able to win in that way, you have to be able to understand some things about goal setting and being disciplined. Manning up. Facts. I'm about to be 30. So I went through this process in my 20s. And I see a lot of like shit that I feel is funny, it's funky. And if I was a kid today, caught up in the media, caught up in society, without a role model like I had a great role model in my dad. If I was caught up like that, I would feel bad for myself. I would feel, because it's just they're set up to, you know what I'm saying? And there's also not too many, I feel like there's limited, you know, real ass people that did some shit that's just seemingly attainable. I didn't win in anything popular. I didn't win in sports. I didn't win in entertainment. I didn't win in, you know, any of that shit. I won in construction. I won in clean energy. I won in fun, like, you know, basic entrepreneurship shit. Or basic, yeah, facts. So anyone could achieve that same thing. You know, I want to bring a sense of realness to business and entrepreneurship, and like most kids are not gonna make it to, you know, to fucking the leagues and shit. I wanted to play football. Like, shit, that didn't happen. So what the fuck I'm supposed to do? You know what I'm saying? I used to want to rap. Maybe not necessarily. I used to try to rap, but just in general, like, you know, what's way more realistic is to get it, to go out there and in this abundant ass opportunity world where there's countless opportunities for people to figure out something, to, you know, to go bring home the meat. However it is, if you go get it, or you develop a skill and you join an organization that's getting it on a big scale, however the fuck it is, that's manning up, you know? So take control, take responsibility, which we're gonna learn, and chart your shit. I really hope this shit helps. Peace.